Yes, so first of all, here we will see the main process. Number one, first we will see that how the water, water is already available in the form of oceans under the ground. It is also available in the animals, also in the rivers, every under and lot of other lakes. But how it is started? Cycle means first evaporation will start. Evaporation means that the turning of liquid form of water into vapors without boiling, and it will rises up. It evaporation happens in oceans. It also happens in rivers, lakes, other water reservoirs, dams, everywhere. But when the evaporation happens in the plants from their leaves, it go out the water, so that's known as transpiration. And then after that, both the when the water will convert into vapor with the help of evaporation or transpiration, eventually it go up in the atmosphere, and there it will condense, it will again convert into the liquid form. In other word, you can say from gas it's become more nearly to the liquid. And when the temperature, it will find a suitable temperature, they become heavy, so it will come down in the form of precipitation. The precipitation can ice, can snow, can in the form of rain, in the form of hail, all these things. Got it? So this is the whole cycle. When the water comes down, it fall down again. So when it will absorb by the ground, it is known as infiltration. And if it will stop by the plant, it's known as interception. And then again, eventually go back again to underground or the ocean. So this is the water cycle. Okay, Rana, sorry for stopping you. Okay, now, so state the process at X in the diagram. What is happening at X?
Surface runoff.
Surface runoff, because water is coming from a higher level to the lower level. Okay, describe the process leading to the precipitation in the diagram. Which one?
Should I describe each process?
This is describe the processes leading to, yes, till precipitation. In which
Okay,
two
so
processes are there?
first evaporation. The
Evaporation.
water from the ocean is
Okay.
changed from water droplets to water vapor in the
Okay.
atmosphere
Good.
by heat. Then the condensation, the water vapor is converted back into water droplets
Okay.
or
And also you
particles of
can
ice due to
add
the
also
decrease
here.
in temperature.
You can also add this one. Transpiration also. Okay.
Yes.
Before condensation. Because in both process, transpiration and evaporation, both water vapors are formed. Okay, good. Then continue.
Uh, After condensation leading to precipitation.
Okay, good. See here, the sun heats the surface water, and this is 4 marks. Okay. So here first you can see the sun heats the water, the earth surface, and then water evaporated from the plant. So you have to mention both. Okay. Then condensation and then precipitation. So actually it has 4 steps. If you will see 1 mark here, you describe evaporation. 1 mark here, you describe the transpiration. Okay. And why these things happens due to sunlight. So this is 1 mark. So you'll start from here, due to the heat from the sun, earth's surface, water evaporate from the ocean, one, then transpiration. Then next marks is this one, condensation. So these 4 things should be mentioned there, then you'll get the full marks. Okay. Can you see the new screen?
Yes.
Okay, so who will voluntarily read this one? Yes, Ola. Yes, Ola.
The table shows data for somewhat world water resources. Stores, I mean.
Stores where water is stored. Okay.
Use
And
the
here they
table
have
to answer.
mentioned, no problem. I will just help you out here. Here you can see the oceans. Okay. They are saying that in the oceans you have this much of water, and if you take the total percentage of the water, so it will be 97%. Okay. So here, is there any fresh water here? No. Ocean water is not fresh water. Then in the form of ice, this much of million kilometer, then this is the percentage of the total, and this is a freshwater total percentage. So like this, they have mentioned the shallow groundwater, deep groundwater. So here, just sometime as a question they can ask the difference between deep groundwater and shallow. Less than 750, it is known as shallow. More than that's known as deep. Lakes, soil moisture. In the soil you have atmosphere also full of the water vapor, especially the areas like near the sea, where you sometimes you find the humidity level is too much, and that areas you have lot of moisture in the air or atmosphere. So this is the table describing about these things. Yes, Allah. So please, from the beginning, use the table.
Use the table to answer these questions. Name the largest water store that is saline. Oceans.
Saline oceans mean from salt, the salty water that are oceans. Good. Okay. Next.
Name two stores that people can easily use for supplies of fresh water.
Yes, what
Um,
do you think from all these? Fresh water.
Ice.
What do you think? It's easy for the people to go to the ice mountains to get the water?
No.
What about the lakes
Yes.
and other shallow
Groundwater.
groundwater? They are main choice. Okay, but other things also, the people are using ice water also. But the when we're talking about choosing the best, then these two. So here you have ice, shallow, and lakes. Got it? In ice, you know that the countries where you have the ice, then they can have this type of thing. But that is also right. So they have written here ice, shallow groundwater, and lakes. Okay, next.
State the percentage of fresh water that is frozen.
Yes,
74, 94.
yes, 74. Good. Okay.
Suggest ways a country could increase supplies of fresh water. Um,
Yes, what
build
can be? Hmm?
build dams and enhance the water filtration and clarification facilities. In
Yes, the
addition,
first thing, the filtration, sorry, the dams. Yes, if they have the environment in such a way, they have a lot of precipitation, or their country in such a place, they have the snow and the ice and all these things, so they can be. And other thing that, yes, as you said, that the water like Saudi Arabia or any Gulf countries, they don't have the fresh water. They are surrounded by the saline water, so they can put the different filtration plants for desalination plants, or distillation plants, so they can do that depending on the country situation. So you can suggest. So I think they're fine. Desalination, desalination process, then icebergs, moving towers, then underground water, build dam. Yes, all are right. So at least three you have to mention. Okay. And there is another term is used, cloud seeding. So what is cloud seeding? I just add this part for you. This is not in the marking scheme. Because sometime maybe you can ask, cloud seeding is a type of a weather modification that aims to change the amount or type of precipitation that fall from clouds by dispersing substance into the air that serve as cloud condensation or ice nuclei. Okay, so it is just like, sometime maybe in some countries, in Dubai, it is already, UAE already experimented, and also in Saudi Arabia. So the artificial rain, so they can in that form. Okay, the last one. Who is the next one who can read this part? The part C. Anyone voluntarily? Ola again. Anyone else? Ravan. Yes, Ravan, please.
It might spread disease because water provides a very good habitat for living things, and there's plenty of food in water. Water provides a nutrient-rich environment for bacteria.
Which question you're talking about?
Give reasons why fresh water is often not safe to drink.
Okay, say again. Sorry, I was on the first stop. Say again.
The water might spread diseases because it might have microorganisms.
Yes, right.
Because water provides a very good habitat for living things,
Good.
and there's plenty of food in water,
Yes.
and it provides a rich environment for bacteria.
Yes, it is the ideal environment sometime for bacteria. So it is not assume always the fresh water is safe to drink. Yes, so contain harmful microbes, as you said, that microorganisms, so causing water-related diseases like we talk about cholera, typhoid, pollution. Maybe it is fresh, it looks like fresh, but maybe it is has from somewhere the other toxic water is added from other side. So it is better always there should be water from the treatment plant, then it will be more safer. Good, Ravan. Okay, then we move to the next question. Can you see the question number 6, everyone? Okay, Rana.
The table shows the percentage of population of 10 countries in Africa with access to safe drinking water in 1990 and in 2015.
Okay, so this is like you can say it is a comparison about the 10 countries. You can say in 1990 they have, for example, Angola, they have only 42 people, 42% people have access to drinking water, safe drinking water. But in 2015 they become 49%. It means there is an increase in the supply of safe drinking water to the people. Okay, so like this, they have described all these things. So let's move towards the question. So complete the table by calculating the every percentage of population in excess of. Okay, so here we add all of them and divide by 74.
The numbers.
Okay, sorry, divided by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, state the country that had a decrease in access to safe drinking water from 90 to 2015. Which country has decrease in safe drinking
Last
water?
one,
Which one?
Zimbabwe.
No, don't guess. It's a simple question. Any country in the
Yes,
beginning they have more, but here become less. So which country that is?
last one.
Last one, Zimbabwe. Okay, before in 2000 in sorry 1990 they have 79%. But even after almost 25 years, what how much they have? 77%, mean 2% decrease. So there can be multiple reasons, but right now the question is in which you can find the decrease. Okay. The lowest access to safe drinking water in 2015. Which country has the lowest access to safe drinking water?
Uh, Angola.
Why you are not sure about this one?
No, I'm
You're
sure.
saying
I'm just like
Sure.
trying to
Good.
pronounce it.
Okay, so pronounce Angola. Yes, okay. Because if you see this, that is the only one. If you compare all these numbers, so still it is showing that 49%. Okay. The largest increase in access to safe drinking water from 1990 to 2015, in which you have the means more people, the percentage increase.
Malawi.
For example, here to here 7% increase, here to here 4% increase, here to here I think it is 4 and 34% increase. So which you're talking about? Malawi? How
Yes.
much percent this is?
47. I
47.
think yes.
Okay, good. Okay, Ola, are you agree with Rana?
Yes.
Yes, Lean, you are quiet today. Are you agree?
Yes.
Okay, good. So all agree. So it is Malawi. Okay. Now explain why access to safe drinking water is important for the people. Yes, Lean.
Yes. So, in order not to spread diseases,
Good. What else? Only this is
uh,
main causes is the disease. Okay. Let's see how many marks this question. Dirty disease, name some of the examples. So food for family. Yes, people. Dehydration, it can happen. Basic all things that happen to diseases. Good. Okay, Lean.
yes,
Can you see this one now?
yes.
Okay, can you just read this one? Okay, I will just read for you this one. The graph shows global water consumption by continent from 1970 to 2015. So it's like a continent wise, like Asia, Africa, and all these, and
Okay.
predicted to 2020. What is can be predicted? So here they have mentioned here. For example, this is a consumption of water and how much this one billion cubic meter per year, like in a volume. So the word they are saying that this is 2015, where it will be somewhere here. This is 2015, and this is 20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So by keeping this thing in your mind, so what is the first question? Here they have telling you the key. This line shows actual. This is predicted. Actual how much till here, and all this one dotted one they are predicted. So don't be confuse yourself. I told you whenever there is a diagram, there is a graph, there is a picture, anything. So first see the key, that what the key is showing, because these lines are the symbols are really important. Okay, Lean. So what is the first question? State the water consumption in Europe in 2010. What was the water consumption there?
Yes. 600
Uh,
billion meter cube
I
per
will
year.
just, this is here. If you will enlarge it in the exam, you will put a scale here. Got it? You will put a
Yes.
scale, and according to the scale, you will move to this side. Whatever it comes, 600 or this one. So here I think it
Yes.
will
Okay.
maybe come more than 600. How much? Let's see. Yes, 600. Yes. Okay. And don't forget the unit, because I think unit is already written there.
Okay.
If it's not written, so please check the unit also. Good. Okay, Lean. That's one. Compare water consumption in Asia, yeah, Asia with the with that in North America from 1970 to 2020. See, which you have to compare. You have to compare Asia with the North America. So you can see.
Yes. In Asia, it's like much more.
Okay.
Also, In Asia, it increases over the years, but in North America, it doesn't increase as much as in Asia.
Okay, in Asia, you are saying it is more good. And how you can say
Yes,
that one? Because you can see from this line, you can see the value and you
yes,
can compare the value here. And why you are saying that this is increased? Because you can make the difference. Let's say start from 500, now it is almost 800, so you can compare them. But if you see the North America, so it is starting from 500 and very little increase, if you say. There can be two reasons. Number one, first of all, that it depends on the population also. If you talk about the Asia, it has more population as compared to other continents, so it can be another reason. So multiple reasons can be there, but right now your answer is excellent, that we are talking about how much increase. So compare. So you already compared that one. So Asia higher consumption than North America. Both increase, but Asia increase much better. And here what you can say, that you can give the values also, as I told you, that into 70 it was 550, and now it is how much this one. So put the values when you give the facts. For example, you'll say North America 500 and Asia have 1500, but after 15 it will become, let's say, this much. Sorry, where is Asia? Here it is 1500, 2500, and North America. So when you give these facts and figures, so you will get inshallah maximum marks, because the examiner knows that you are, whatever the answer you are telling is not assumption. You know that how you are calculating your answer. So it's better you will use the numbers as it is used here.
okay,
Okay. So calculate the percentage of the world's water consumed in Asia in 90. Yes, 90. Here, this is a whole Earth water. This is whole. This one is all world water. They are added
yes,
all the
okay.
downwards. So how much it is? You calculated it?
One
Yeah.
second.
Because they're talking about which country? Asia, 90. Here, they're talking about here. At this level, you have to see, for example, 90. At this level, you have to see how much words total here. That is 3,500. That is the total consumption of the earth, of the world, of the water. From this, how much the Asia was using? See here, 2000. You did by the same way, Lee.
Yes,
So how much it will be?
one second.
Other people are getting, because they need the total.
57.1.
Yes. So total person, they want to know that in 1990 in Asia, if you compare the consumption of water in Asia and the consumption of the water in the whole world, so how much percent Asia only using of the world's water? So here you said that the total consumption of the world is 3,500, because you're talking about 19. And this line is for the world, all other for continent. So here we found for the total, that is 3,500. And from that time, from this total, 2,000 is used by Asia. So you would calculate it. So that will be 57 point something. And here, this is the nearest answer. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, after that, the population of the Africa in 2015 was 1.25 billion. Use this figure and graph to calculate the average water consumption per person per year in Africa in 2015. First of all, in Africa, how much the water was consumed in 2015. So you have to see first that one. How much water for per person? Where is Africa? This one. And this is 2015 here. And if you go by this way, so this is 300, the total water used by Africa in 2015. So this is the first thing. And what was the population? That was 1.25 billion. So you have to divide it with the population, you will get per liter. See here, total was 300, as I mentioned. And total population is how much? 1.2. When you divide it, so you will get the answer that is per liter, you can say for each person it is used. Is it clear or any confusion is here? Please let me know. Yes, Ravan, Ravan 1, Ravan 2, Rava, please let me know if any, Fatima, if you have any confusion. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. After that, explain why global water consumption keep increasing. Yes, Ravan.
Because the population keep increasing, more water is needed for agriculture to feed more people,
Good,
and
good,
uh, water is used in the industry,
good.
and it's used as a solvent.
Yes, so here, as the main factor, as she mentioned, that what first one is the population increasing. When the population increase, demand of everything increase, agriculture increase, industry increase, then the for water for drinking, water for washing, everything is increased. Okay, and even the people who are, you can say, going for from less developed, you can say, places to more developed places, for example from village to cities, also there's a different demand of the need, so more is population. So good, excellent answer. Increasing population, increasing the wealth, more water supplies, and this one, industry expand, irrigation, agriculture, all these ones. Good. Okay. Describe how human activities in towns and cities can pollute water sources. Who will answer this one? If I ask this question, really, being a science student, you don't need even for environmental knowledge that how in the town and cities, Aula, yes, Aula,
Um, Combustion of fossil fuels releases
good.
um, sulfur dioxide gas, which causes acid rain, and acid rain lowers the pH of the water.
pH the water in the soil. One reason can be this one, burning of the fuels. Other reason that loss of waste from the factories, industries also comes in the lakes, rivers, and this one. And because in the activities are more, the traffic is more, the more burning of fossil fuel, if electricity is also produced, a lot of things there. Good. Waste from the factories, interwater wastewater into the ground also, untreated water to the sea also, oil, petrol, rubber vehicles, fossil fuels burning, lack of waste management, acid rain, all these. So there should be four reasons, because this is 4 marks question. There should be four reasons when you are going to describe this one. Then water pollution is more serious problem than the enhanced greenhouse effect. How far do you agree with this statement? Give reason for your answer. So here they're saying that according to, they have opinion, and you have a complete right to agree with the opinion or to disagree with the opinion. What is their opinion? They're saying that water pollution is more serious problem as compared to the greenhouse. Okay, so you have to give the reason for that. So, as I told you before, that whenever the question comes in such a way, so there are different levels of the answer. Okay, so if you are giving good answer, then you will get the full mark. For example, level 3, level 2, level 1. What is level 3? In level 3 means the maximum marks you can get. First of all, what if there, what is the now, for example, problem? There's a water pollution. is a serious problem. Got it? So here you will say, yes, it is a serious problem. This is your statement. You agree. How now? How it is serious problem? Then you will tell the problems caused by the water pollution. You can say the disease, you can name the disease, the cholera, like typhoid. You can say also for the growth, for the poor families, this one. If it's water pollution, water is not good, it can affect your irrigation. It can that affect the pH of your soil, all these things. So all these things you have to mention first. So this is the first thing you did. You talk about the problem. You agreed, but agree is not enough. You have to mention the problems. After that, what you will do now? Then you will talk about the greenhouse effect. You will talk why the greenhouse effect is less dangerous than this one. So here you can say in greenhouse gases, the temperature of the earth increasing, but that can be controllable. That what you can do, that by increasing the plants and all these things, you can do this one. But at the same time, this greenhouse effect, that it can be for the you can say uh, affecting the people, but if depends on agree or disagree. When you agree, you have to show the water pollution is the biggest problem, and you have to show greenhouse is not that much of a problem. You can give 2 3 examples. But if you are no, then you can give no, greenhouse gas is a biggest problem. Why? Because water pollution only effect on that area where the pollution is there. But if you have greenhouse effect in one country, it affects the other world. If one country producing the greenhouse gases, ultimately it is affected the other countries by their ozone layer, all these things. So like this, you have to be in balance. After that, you have to give the solution. Okay. So like this, you have to answer the questions. So always try to give, highlight the problem, show the problem comes. If you can tell the causes, really good. After that, also show the other opinion is not much important, and then give the solutions. So by this way, if you will go, inshallah, you will get full marks. Everybody got this idea?
Yes.
Okay. So here, no need to just write the problem, say, yes, it's a problem because this happened like this, and this is the problems. No, you have to compare both of them. They have given you plenty of space here, and you have to make a strong. If you are saying yes, yes, but at that time you will tell the serious, this is a serious problem, because they are not telling you here every student has to show that water problem is a serious. No, it's up to you. You have to stick with your opinion, and you have to give reasons. If your reasons are strong in the question, even there are other reasons which you didn't mention, but in the question which you mentioned, they are looks strong as you mentioned with the other water pollution, so you are successful. Okay. Here they are not talking about that they have a more study on water pollution, and they agreed everyone that water pollution is a serious problem and greenhouse effect is not a serious problem. Don't be confuse yourself. This thing you have to give the logically, what do you think, more evidence you have, and according to that give your answer.